What is up with Snoop Dogg's problem with the movie Lightyear? Why would you want a bag of chips near a swimming pool? Would you walk 3 miles to watch a movie? What is Shrekking? What is Friendflation? All that and more on this episode of The Stuff and Junk Show. Welcome to The Stuff and Junk Show, where we share our opinions on random subjects from interesting news, social topics, pop culture, our likes and dislikes, things you've seen, heard, or read, what we did, and what we do. You know, stuff and junk. Hello, my name is Albert.
Hey now, Shami. Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Hey, so Anna and Ruti are on vacation. Well, I know Anna is. Ruti's probably asleep. But anyways, we're going to start off with contentious news, I guess, in the world of Snoop Dogg. You heard the whole thing with Snoop Dogg, most recent comment, have you?
He don't like the gays. Yeah, animated gays, apparently. You know what I mean? It's too much for him. He just can't handle it. You know what I mean? It's too much for him.
Yeah, so to clarify...
It's too much for his virgin eyes. You know what I mean? That's the worst thing that's ever happened in front of him. You know what I'm saying? A man who's been credibly accused of murder and stuff like that. You know, man, living a gangster life in Long Beach. But despite all that, the worst thing that's ever happened to him is kissy in his movies. But yeah.
Yeah, so this is a callback to the Buzz Lightyear movie starring Chris Evans, animated movie by Pixar, and he mentioned how, and to quote, "I didn't come in for this. I just came to watch the goddamn movie." You know, he said, "These are kids. We have to show that at this age. They're going to ask questions. I don't have the answers." Right? He's now saying that essentially he was just caught off guard and had no answer for his grandson, and he's calling out.
How much of a heads up do you need, by the way? You know what I mean? You want the ushers to let you go, "Hey, guys, before we start this movie, there's gonna be gay stuff." Guess what?
That's the thing, right? I mean, why give anybody a heads up? It's just a fact of life that these things that they exist, right?
Yeah, I don't think we should take his argument, his viewpoint seriously. That's what being facetious. He's just a bigoted, silly man, stuff like that. Like, I love Snoop Dogg. I grew up Snoop Dogg and stuff like that. You know what I mean? His 90s album, Doggy Style, is one of the great albums of all time. And as the years has gone along, he's become like everybody's kind of like favorite uncle. You know what I mean? His stuff, I don't know if you watched the Olympics from last year, but his
did you see the Olympics? His commentary.
Yeah. Just also the behind the scenes coverage when he goes visit the basketball team, others, you know, it's like really charming, lovable stuff. But his it's one of those things where, like, hey, you ask him about his policy, political views, his lifestyle, it's not cool, man. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't get this kind of, I don't get it, man.
Yeah. He's all calling out us also that he has friends in the LGBTQ community who apparently, to quote him, "All my gay friends knows what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for not knowing the answers for a 6-year-old. Teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect." So it's basically an apology to her already at this point.
Sure.
But the point still stands is that having gay characters in a movie, LGBTQ characters in the movie, there shouldn't be a disclaimer saying, "Oh, be careful, you know, those people exist in this movie, just in case you're offended," or whatever. We shouldn't be at that point, because I mean, that to quote what the conservatives love to always use, it's gonna go down to a slippery slope. So how many more disclaimers are you gonna have for movies? Like, "Oh, be careful, we're gonna talk about religion in this movie. Oh, be careful, we're gonna talk about politics in this movie." I mean, how much further are you gonna do people expect?
Yeah,
they
have to have disclaimer for something that's natural, that's, you know, perfectly normal. It should be normalized. You shouldn't quote unquote otherize the LGBTQ community. So that's ridiculous. And the thing is, more than anything else, how old is Snoop now? He's like in his 70s, right? Close to his 70s. I think he's pretty old.
He's like in his 50s.
Oh, really? I thought it was one of those things where, like, black no crack. I thought he was really, really, really old. He looks really young.
Well, I mean, a lot of drugs, so.
Yeah. But my whole thing is, like, we don't have. I mean, he's an old man. He's lived a life, man. You don't have to. You shouldn't have to explain this sort of thing to him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You've lived a full life. You've been surrounded by queer people. You just get queer people in your family, I'm sure. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. It's like, it's disappointing more than anything else. You know what I mean? Like I said, Doggy Style, one of the great albums of all time. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's a silly thing to say, man. It's just silly.
It is. It is. It's very silly, but it only like happens for like a split, practically like a few seconds of the movie. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people are saying like, what's the big deal about having like a few seconds in this Pixar movie of LGBTQ plus representation?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is it is not a big deal, but clearly even just a few seconds is a big deal for a lot of people who are conservative, and it just goes to show that a lot of people just haven't grown, haven't learned how it is in 2025. So it's just sad. It's just sad. All right, moving on. It's the 103rd episode of the show, and as of this recording, it's currently 9:55 a.m., September 1st, 2025, in Tokyo, Japan. And it's time to take a look and see what's up.
What's up?
So there's this article that I read here that kind of like surprised me. The headline goes here, "A bag of chips could save you from drowning," according to water safety experts. A bag of chips.
One bag?
A bag of chips.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how like a lot of Japanese snacks, they have that family size thing. Well, I guess not just Japanese, but a lot of people have like that. A lot of stores have that Japanese, the family pack size chips bag kind of thing.
If you look on the TikTok, I think there are TikTok videos of in China where they have like human-sized bags of chips. You know what I mean?
Human-sized bag.
It's like a huge bag of chips. I've seen that in certain and TikTok videos and stuff when people go to Chinese markets and stuff like that. So feel free to look that up. Good times. But yeah.
Okay. According to the Aqua Kids Safety Project, a nonprofit dedicated to teaching water safety, it's possible to use an unopened bag of chips as a flotation device. They say an average sized bag has enough buoyancy to keep a 220-pound man afloat.
You know what? I don't want to test this theory. You know what I'm saying? If there's a flood, I don't want to test this. You know
because of the air injected into them to help prevent the chips from breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, if somebody's man overboard and you don't have like a buoy or a lifesaver to toss him a bag of chips.
This is another viral video that I saw recently. This video goes back a few years now, but I believe it's Korea, where people were always complaining like, hey, the amount of chips versus like the size of the bag, the air that's in the bag is, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like maybe like a fourth of the bag actually had chips, but the rest is air, right? So what some kids did, what some colleges I believe did, they tied a bunch of these, or they glued a bunch of these chip bags together into like a flotation device, like a little raft, and they actually kind of went down like a river and stuff like that to show how much air is in these bags and stuff like that. And they stayed afloat, I believe. I mean, again, feel free to YouTube this, TikTok this, but I believe it's true. You know what I mean?
Okay. The article also says here, Aqua Kids hold special swimming and safety lessons in which they enter pools wearing regular clothes to better understand how heavy they can be in emergency situations. They also try out impromptu flotation devices such as empty plastic bottles and bags of potato chips. One of the kids who attended the lesson said that the chips were easier to hold onto than the bottles.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's one of those things I do not want to test out in real life. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, if you do it in a swimming pool, I'm sure you'll be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know.
So there you go, guys. If you go to the swimming pool or the beach or whatever, just keep a handy giant size, family size a bag of chips handy, just in case. Just in case. All right.
Next time there's like a lifeguard on duty at a public swimming pool, just issue them like a bag of Doritos and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Are you familiar with the movie The Long Walk, coming out pretty soon?
I believe so. Yes, I believe it's coming out in a couple of weeks. The Stephen King adaptation. It's gotten a bit of hype.
Yes. Basically, young men set out on a challenge to walk until they can't walk any further. The catch here is you don't walk, you die. Right.
Very simple, like most Stephen King kind of books and then short novels. A very simple premise and stuff like that. But I'm sure it gets very, very dark and stuff like that.
So, as of this recording, this would have already taken place. But apparently, Lionsgate gave one lucky audience the chance to really understand what those characters are going through.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
Right. A special treadmill screening that challenges viewers to walk at least 3 miles per hour for the entire duration of the movie. Slow down and you get ejected before the end.
Oh, on a treadmill. Oh, I thought they were making them do this in the August heat and something. I thought it was like a real stuff. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were just like, putting out in the heat, whipping them and stuff like that. Have a angry white guy following them and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
no, okay,
So
it's a treadmill.
So this influencers only screening would have taken place in August 30th at the Culver Theater in Los Angeles, right? While the prize for making it to the end of the movie is not untold riches and a wish of your choosing, it'll at least be an interesting way to get in your steps. And certainly being ejected from movies is much better than getting brutally executed on the road by an anonymous guard.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. I mean, as a thing, as a stunt to promote the movie.
So it's an influencer screen, so we'll be seeing this on our TikToks pretty soon. Is what you're saying?
I assume so. Yeah. I mean, if I go to YouTube right now and just casually look up the Long Walk treadmill screening, let's see if anything comes up. Well, there's a YouTube talking about it, but that's about it.
Yeah, it hasn't what do you call it? It hasn't. They have deadlines. You know what I mean? I'm sure once we pass a certain point, all those TikTok influencers will start releasing their videos. You know what I mean? So we just haven't gotten to that point yet.
Oh yeah, they're probably given like release it at this time, not yet, kind of thing. Probably
right, because I think it comes out in 2 weeks, so we're coming up to that point where they have to start releasing, promotion. I'm sure there's like a deadline for them to release all the promotion. And you've noticed that this is part of regular like promotion now for like a movie now to invite these influencers not only to the screening but also to the production. There was one guy I follow called Straw Hat Goofy, I think. He's an influencer on TikTok, and then he did a behind-the-scenes video of Mission Impossible, the recent Impossible movie, right? And then they took all the TikTok guys into, I think they flew them down to South Africa where they were being filmed, and then there's like wide shots, and it's not just the guy I mentioned, but also the bunch of other TikTok people, in the background and stuff like that. So it's the whole thing. Same thing happened during the press release for How to Train Your Dragons. They take them on set and stuff like that. So that's part of the whole like promotion of a movie now. You know what I mean? Not only inviting them to like screenings early or reviews early, but also into the production of it all. So yeah.
Well, I mean that's the way to market movies nowadays. They gotta get the influencers to encourage the people who normally would not go to the movies to go to the movies, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Speaking of those people, the young ones, apparently there is a new dating trend that's actually an insult to you, and it's called Shrekking. Have you heard of this Shrekking?
Shrekking? As in the Universal picture Shrek?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Apparently there was one before called Bob the Builder, but I haven't looked into that. But yeah, so currently right now, Shrek is the new mascot for dating. Basically, what it means is that what you're doing is, to quote here the article that I'm reading.
Oh, well, let me guess.
Okay, go on.
Is Shrekking referring to what happens to Fiona, where you think she's going to be pretty, but she keeps her ogre appearance? So you show up on your date, instead of looking your best, you come looking your worst. You know what I mean? Instead of having a good first impression, you give a quote unquote bad first impression.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, okay.
So basically, let's say you're hot Fiona, and she's the one that took a chance to Shrek. Right?
Ooh. You're dating ugly dudes?
Yeah, the whole point is you're supposed to give people you would normally not be attracted to a chance.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Kind of thing. But at the same time, it says right here...
you're saying me personally, have a shot now. Is what you're saying. This is like a personalized article for me. Oh, it's good for you. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, because it says here, the term Shrekking sadly doesn't refer to a couple like... it's for Princess Fiona defying all the odds and getting a fairy tale ending, but rather dating down. Dating down, essentially. Yeah, you're supposed to look for somebody you're not that attractive to and giving them a chance.
Oh, look at that.
But at the same time, I feel like it's going in with ill intentions, though. There's like a bad faith to this, to dating a person you don't think is that attractive, and you're giving them a chance. But it almost is like you're trying to give yourself an excuse to just say, like, look at me, I'm giving a least attractive person a chance.
Look at this guy.
Even though I intend to like dump this person.
This piece of shit, this Western bacon cheese eating, I would not date this guy, but hey, you know what? For the purpose of this TikTok bit, guess what? Yes, I am. So, it's kind of condescending or something.
It is. What happen? What happens if they actually fall in love? Let's say
Yeah.
you dated this person, you're not attracted to, and you actually fall in love with the person, and then like weeks down the line, the person finds out, like, wait, you dated me because of a Shrek trending thing? Like, what the hell? Right? That doesn't work out that way.
Well, especially if on the date they take videos of you. Hey, look at this guy. This guy right here. Look at this porker.
It's like,
You know what I
hey,
mean?
how come you don't have any of our pictures on Instagram or on TikTok? Like, what's going on here?
And I'm assuming this is from this is mostly female to male, right?
Well, their example is female to male, but I'm sure the other way around can also be the case.
I seriously doubt you to do that open minded about that. Oh, I'm saying.
I says. I mean,
it is a version of Beauty and the Beast, right? A little bit, you know, it's a little bit of that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's very rare in popular culture and also in culture in general where it's reversed. You know what I mean? Like a good-looking stud falls for a quote unquote a girl and stuff. You know what I mean? So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you put it that way, yes. Traditionally, that is how it usually goes. But you know, it's not always true. Yeah, but my concern with this, I mean, I get the idea of dating somebody you're not attracted to. I just hate the idea that it's done intentionally, just for a bit, just for a TikTok trend or whatever. You know, that's just wrong.
Yeah. Whatever you do in life, regardless of what we're talking about dating, whatever, and stuff, you should be earnest. You should be genuine with your emotions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just be true. Yeah, I mean, if you want to be open minded and date other people that doesn't meet your aesthetics and look wise and stuff, that's fine. That's good. But don't go, like you said, don't go into it with ill intentions. If it's earnest and sincere, that's one thing. But obviously, this is in this case, it's not, right? So
yeah. All right. Moving on. Speaking of hot guys, so a lot of us has seen K-pop Demon Hunters. And one of the characters that a lot of people...
Who hasn't seen K-pop Demon Hunters at this point?
We know somebody who hasn't.
Besides our co-host. Good Lord. I mean, we know Anna hasn't seen it, but do we know if Ruthie has seen it?
Oh, Ruthie has absolutely seen it, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure if you noticed, but when you left the previous episode, me and Ruthie had a full discussion about the movie. So, yeah, unfortunately you weren't on there, but...
movie, hopefully it was just you guys convincing Anna to go see it. I have no idea. I've got, like, what dopey reason she had for not seeing it, but it's like, it's a fun movie. It's only an hour and 25 minutes. It's big. It's the biggest hit, not just in Netflix, but I think it's a movie
of the year.
Of the year by far. I mean, it's the one that by far people are talking about it. Yeah. People, views on Netflix, Billboard.
Yeah.
So
if you judge a movie's popularity on how often people talk about it and how often it's went into pop culture in terms of like music and bits and trends or whatever, it's this movie, K-pop Demon Hunters, right?
Yeah. If you wanted dollars and cents, you can say, what do you call it? You can say Minecraft and Superman. But I don't think any of those movies had the same kind of cultural penetration as K-pop Demon Hunter. It's not even close. You know what I mean?
Not even close. I mean, Minecraft people talked about it when the movie came out. Superman people are still talking about it because it is the summer. But in terms of like popularity from earlier movies or whatnot, Thunderbolts and other stuff, no, the one that seems to be staying is K-pop Demon Hunters. So you got to give the credit for that. But the point is that one of the characters, Jinu, which is one of the hot ones from Saja Boys. I'm not sure if you know this, but in conventions around the, I want to say the world, but I don't want to be presumption. In conventions in many places that are holding conventions, geek conventions, nerd conventions, anime conventions, comic book conventions, people are relieving shrines for Jinu.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Yeah, like a memorial kind of situation. So clearly somebody they will have like a framed picture of Jinu, put them in a corner somewhere, and then people are starting to like offer like memorial stuff. So
I think that's a bit much, but all right, people are having fun. You know what I mean? It's all right.
Yeah, there's one here from Fan Expo. There's one here from Anime Expo. There's one here in this other place here. Comic-Con had one too, if I remember correctly. Otakon had one here. Here's the one at SDCC. I'm looking at an article right now. Here's the one at SDCC. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a trend nowadays for people to have like a memorial for Jinu. It's pretty funny. I mean, not the spoilers, by the way, but I'm sure a lot of our listeners have seen the movie. So
yeah, I think everybody's seen it. I think it's fine to talk about openly and stuff like that. But I don't want to be that guy. But the guy was a demon already. I mean, it's not like he what do you call it? You know what I mean? It's like,
well, it's a classic trope, Jiaming. It's like
I know.
like I can change the bad boy.
Yeah.
It's a
Also,
classic trope.
the guy was already R.I.P. So R.I.P. some more. I don't know what's happening, but and also he's. I mean, obviously, spoilers. I'm sure that's not the last time you're gonna see the guy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's fine.
Well,
it's cute. It's cute though.
If the directors and writers are smart, they'll bring him back somehow. I mean, they already left.
Of course, yeah.
They already left things open for a chance for him to come back. So yeah. And one last thing here on my list of articles here. Gen Z and millennials are getting hit hard with friendflation.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you like to get what friendflation is?
You stop going out with your friends because it's too expensive.
Yeah, I mean that's generally what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not only that, but birthdays and weddings and all the other life milestones that require you to have money. Yeah, it's with how expensive things are. It is just more expensive to do things with your friends, short of like just staying home, watch TV or watch movie at home, play video games, kind of thing.
Watch K-pop Demon Hunter the 100th time.
Yeah, which is free, right? Somebody goes here, expensive dinners, trips, endless plans. Friendflation makes connection hard to afford, but real friendship was never about the bill. If friendship has a price tag, it's not friendship; it's a subscription. That's the way to describe it. It's a subscription.
Yeah.
Time to bring friendship back to what it was meant to be. Remember when we were kids, and we didn't really have money? All we needed was like a piece of sports game that we can play, like basketball or football, and you just go out to the yard or you go out to the street, you go out to the park, and that's all you did with your friends. You played games with them, kind of thing. Or
I think late middle school, early high school. I think we three things basically. It was basketball. Our friend's house. My friend down the street, Jeffrey, he had a basketball hoop. We played basketball, and then when he got Super Nintendo, we started playing Street Fighter at home.
Yeah.
And then we would go to the movies and hang out at the mall. Those are the three kind of big things that we did as kids.
I still think those things, sports, movies, video games, are relatively still in the ballpark of like, you know what, it's affordable to a point. And
I don't think movies are. I think movies have been priced out. It's too expensive.
Come on, we live in the world of AMC Stubs, A-List, and Regal Unlimited.
Yeah, but I don't think it. The thing is, people for some reason don't like. They don't sneak food into the theater. They have to buy popcorn, all that bullshit. I don't know.
You don't have to.
I don't think movies are one of the things that people do.
All right. I mean, there's always Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
So
I think mostly Netflix. Yeah. And also playing video games at home.
Yeah. So my whole thing is, I think it has a lot to do with going for activities, because there's a lot of industries right now trying to get you to do their thing. It's from big events, big festivals, conventions, even, and especially like escape rooms, kind of thing. These are things that I do with my friends as well, but they can get expensive because you're trying to like do all the quote unquote trendy things if you want to try that, and all the restaurants that are like, you gotta try this restaurant, oh, you gotta try that restaurant. It can get very, very expensive, very, very expensive really fast. Because food is not cheap nowadays. So that's the thing. So yeah, friendflation. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. So just watch your budget, people. Watch your budget. And that's what's up. What's up? You can find this podcast on Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and YouTube at Stuff Junction. You can find me, Albert, on Instagram and Letterboxd at Albert5x5.
You can find me on social media, JIAMINGLIOU.
Music has been provided by Gloomy June. Updates, contact info, ways to support us, and everything else is on the show notes found on whowhatwhereswhy.com. Before we wrap things up, so previously I mentioned my old blog, Xanga. Xanga, Xanga. So this one was from August 30, 2005. So 20 years ago. Like, I thought I'd just read it out because it's a funny story, right? I was over at my girlfriend's house, girlfriend back then, wife now. I was over at my girlfriend's house while she was still at work, and I had our pet dog inside the house to keep me company. At one point in the evening, my dog went over to the screen door that leads to the backyard and just kept barking. Thinking that she just saw a rabbit or a squirrel or something, I felt silly and started barking along with her for about a minute. Yeah, that's me. Bark, 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 bark. all,
What a
all,
nerd. What a dork. All right, go on.
all of a sudden, I see this silhouette of a man in the backyard. Dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting anybody at all to be there. So I quickly locked up the access way to the yard, closed the curtain, turned on the lights to the back, ran upstairs, and got my big Eskrima sticks just in case I need to beat up on someone.
Mm-hmm.
I contemplated calling 911 for an intruder, but I wanted to see who it was first to make sure if it really was an intruder. All this time my dog just keeps barking. So I peeked outside to see who it was, and the person wasn't in the backyard anymore. I peeked at the front of the house, and I see the person there, but it is in fact somebody I do not recognize. I observed this person looking around the front lawn, and then when he was done, he took off in the vehicle, which was parked at the driveway. Later on, once I got a hold of my girlfriend, she told me that it was probably the handyman checking in on the sprinkler system. Yeah, I guess she just forgot to inform me that somebody was supposed to show up. And I put out here, oh well, it's interesting to know that my first reaction in the situation is to attack, defend first before asking questions.
Oh, you're an angry man.
Am I?
No, no. You certainly normal reaction. What time was it when it happened? Was it dark?
I don't mention it, but I'm pretty sure it was like in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. Then that might be overreaction. If it's the middle of the night, I understand. But if it's afternoon, you might give it a little bit of a leeway. But it's a little bit on him too, man. Even if he's there to check the sprinkler and stuff like that, even if he doesn't think anybody's home, he should feel free to knock. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to knock on the door before anything else. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, but I think it's also the assumption that nobody's home in the daytime because somebody's at work or whatever.
Well, you know what they say about assumptions, right?
This was the era where I used to work third shift, so I'm home in the afternoon and then I'm gone at night, kind of thing. So yeah.
But still, I mean, unless he was he. I mean, you couldn't tell, but was he like in a uniform or anything like that?
No, it was just casual clothes.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
From what I remember.
Yeah. The things I understand, I don't know if do gas people keep home and read the meters nowadays? I don't know if they do that anymore. I'm not home anyway.
I think they still do, actually.
They still do, right? But yeah, they're in uniform, so I understand that. If that guy just here to read a meter, you be on your way. But if a guy comes in civilian clothes, middle of the day, even though you don't think that somebody's home or they're at work, feel free to just knock on the door, ring the doorbell, just in case. The thing is, there's no downside to that, right? You know what I'm saying? That 30 seconds of him knocking on the door, saying, "Hey, is anybody here?" and stuff like that. That's kind of, I think it's a little bit on him. You know what I mean? Well, it's a little bit on you because it's like I said, it's in the middle. Like you said, it's the middle of the day. That you don't go to 11 if it's during the middle of the day. If it's the middle of the night, then feel free to call 911, grab a golf club.
How often do strangers show up in the backyard of your house, Jiaming?
Yeah, not often. I was actually thinking, as you were saying this, what's the weirdest thing that I've seen in my backyard? Raccoons, squirrels, a coyote has shown up a few times recently. The weirdest thing that comes similar to it is there was somebody sitting, between my house and the house behind me. There's a wall, obviously, and stuff like that. And somebody was sitting on top of it. You know what I mean? And then I said, hey, I saw the silhouette. I saw the person sitting there. I shouted, hey, what are you doing? And then I realized the person was facing that way. You know what I mean? And it was a teenager. They were having like a pool party. Then I said, oh, I'm sorry. I yelled. And then that's the closest I've been. I've never had an actual person show up in the backyard, though.
Yeah, I mean, my reaction wasn't to confront the guy. It was about to confront the guy only if it
with a bat. You wanted blood.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a bat, but sure, close enough. But it was like if it goes to the next level, like trying to break into the house kind of situation, then I was going to defend it, kind of thing. But it wasn't like I was going to go out there guns blazing. It wasn't. It wasn't that. So in my defense, I think I had
wanted blood.
I had a perfectly reasonable reaction. Because if it was a bad actor and I stepped out there and go, hey, what you doing? That could be a problem, right? That could be exactly what they wanted to happen, and then they ambush me or whatever. So
it's a little bit different now, 20 years later, because right now I think I can speak for myself, but I think we have ring cameras. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to have to go off guard nowadays. It's sort of like people show up in your backyard and stuff like that.
Okay, how about gardeners? Do you expect the gardeners to ring the doorbell before they start working in your backyard?
No, because it's on a set schedule. It's every Friday at 7:00 he shows up.
Right. So I think if the person assumed that somebody knows that they're gonna be there, they have no reason to ring the doorbell.
No, and also the thing is nowadays because cell phones, not just ring cameras, cell phones too. My gardener always texts me too. Every Friday he'll text me like around 6:30. Okay? Mostly because he wants to have the trash can out so he can throw shit away, but also to let us know that he's gonna go in the backyard, make sure the trash can's out, the side door's unlocked. But yeah.
Okay. All right, and that's a wrap.
We did it again.
We did it again. This was episode 903 of the Stuff and Junk Show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this podcast has been a Who What Where's Why production.
Oh, the other thing I realized recently was you graduated in 95, right? Doesn't that mean the 30-year anniversary? I mean, 30-year high school reunion is coming up, right? You have any plans on going?
I haven't heard word if that thing is happening.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I haven't. So don't they send you mail?
They send you mail, but nowadays, there's Facebook. There's a bunch of ways to reach out to people and stuff.
I don't really go on Facebook, so I don't really know anything about that. Really?
Yeah, but not just like social media, but like your friend group. But someone must have heard something, and nobody said anything to you. Nothing in the mail, nothing in social media. Nothing Carrie has said.
Well, you're talking about people who, like myself, who doesn't really care about this thing, so
it
may not be in the window.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I think Donnie mentioned it back when it was like the 20-year anniversary, because we were chatting about it, and then he said, "You know what? You didn't like high school that much. Why would you care about going to the 20th anniversary?" I was like, that's fair enough. Never mind.
I mean, I liked high school, but getting reunited with all those people, I guess I wouldn't mind.
That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, if you did like it, if you liked it, don't you make a little effort? You're not curious at all? Did it ever cross your mind before I said it 2 minutes ago?
No, never did.
Oh, there you go. See, there you go. How much you love? That's love right there.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I keep in contact with the people I keep in contact with. If I did with them, then it would literally be purely a curiosity situation if I want to go to a reunion. So, but yeah.
If I remember correctly, that was the point of electing class presidents. Wasn't the last class president, the senior class president, supposed to be in charge of that bullshit?
Yeah, but I mean, they don't know my email. They don't know my Facebook.
Yeah, but that's not the point, though.
I know. If there's somebody I know from that era that kept up with this, but I honestly don't. I mean, I can probably easily look it up, but
actually, that's how much you loved it.